Once again.
You know what it is. You know who it is.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yes, indeed. Back with another one.
Yo, right off the top, man, I want to ask you a question.
Give me one of them.
Give me one. I was eating, right? But I just ate a sandwich, and I used one of those styrofoam plates. You know what I'm talking about?
I know the ones.
And I was getting ready to throw it away. And I was like, damn, it's just a few crumbs on this good plate. Mm-hmm. So I washed.
With soap? Did you do?
I didn't do soap because it was just some breadcrumbs on it. Okay. So I did it with some hot water, shook it off, and I put it to the side. I said, man, I'm going to use this shit again. I could not throw that styrofoam plate away. What do you think about that?
I've been to college, my brother. I know how it be. Come on, man.
But I ain't in no college. I just could not waste that good plate. It was nothing on it other than a few breadcrumbs from the sandwich.
I never forget. Like I'm saying, I've been there. I'm still there, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would absolutely do the same thing, man.
That's why I don't buy paper plates.
I might have some barbecue sauce on that bad boy and hit a little. Ain't no big deal.
But then what you put? You actually put soap?
I'm savage. I might put it back on top of the normal ones. I might not be the next person that gets it. Is that fucked up?
Well, as long as it's clean, you doing like most people. They don't know it won't hurt them.
What if you probably use a recycled plate? Honestly,
a recycled plate?
For me personally, how do you feel about that?
That's why I don't be eating shit at your house.
No, I'm talking about at your house.
Oh, well, I might have if you did it in my house. I might have. I know to watch your ass now. But I don't care. As long as I pick the plate up and I don't see like some grease shit on it or something like that, as long as it look clean, I'm fine with it because I'm not going to eat the plate.
Yeah. I'm definitely throwing that shit away, though. I'm bullshit, man.
You throwing it away?
I'm throwing it
after
away.
Putting the sandwich?
Not even thinking like, oh, I should do that. That makes sense.
You throw it away?
But yeah, I'll probably discard
one of the styrofoam ones.
But if I'm doing a sandwich, I'm using a paper towel. Truthfully, that's how I would go about a sandwich.
But you know, if you happen to use the styrofoam plate for something like a sandwich, you throwing it away?
But yeah, I would. But I wouldn't even use it. You know what I mean? I'm a paper towel type of guy. Get you a nice thick paper towel. Maybe strip 2 of them. Fold that bad boy. I'm a toasted sandwich type of guy. So
let's say that you look at the paper towel and it still looks like it's clean. What you gonna do? You still gonna throw it away?
Now you're teetering the savagery.
You still gonna throw it away?
There. Yeah, it's getting thrown away, bro. Because my sandwich is gonna have a little grease on there.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying, for sure, because you're gonna do the whole toasting shit. But I've talked about that before with paper towel because I have dogs, right? So let's say I wash my hands.
Yeah.
And then I use a paper towel to dry them. My hands are pretty much germ-free because I just washed them. All there is some moisture on the paper towel from drying my hands, right? So I shake it out and I put it to the side, right? So if I need it again for something nasty or whatever, like my dog or what, I use that paper towel instead of going to get a new one. Now, I don't do the toilet paper. That was
okay, look. Realistically, though, when you're washing your hands, how many germs do you think are really coming off? Is it a mental thing? You know what I mean?
Some germs are coming off depending on how long they've been on there, and I guess what kind of soap you use too, and maybe even the temperature of the water. But what I'm going to reuse it for, it doesn't matter. You know my dog. Yeah. So I'll probably be using it for his slob or something like that. So what difference does it make that I dried my hands with it?
Okay. And a little deeper, a little off the scale. The germs, once you wash them off, as you're returning or going to dry them off, are germs getting back on your hands at that point? Or how are the germs? Just on contact they're coming through? Or what do you mean? You know? Or germs in the air,
airborne germs are not really probably getting on your hands, although I'm sure anything's possible because airborne goes in the nose, mouth, or whatever. But I don't think you're putting more germs. You just washed your hands.
Yeah.
So when you're drying them, you're just drying them.
I'm just saying.
The germs that are going to come off anyway.
Germs, are they coming in contact once you touch stuff?
Yeah, definitely once you touch, yeah. And which is why, during COVID and all that, they were encouraged to wash your hands, yeah.
But we were wearing masks too.
Those masks don't really work because the masks are porous. So but it helps you
Mentally.
Psychologically.
Absolutely. Psychologically is definitely the word.
Psychologically.
Definitely the word. Thinking of, maybe not exact transition psychologically, but I was checking out the, I know you've seen that Cam Newton video.
Oh, yeah. Cam Newton, yeah.
Which I guess I could turn it psychologically, but what you think about it?
I thought that it was a disgrace in a way. Because,
Break that
you
down.
know, with social social media, everybody's watching that, man. The whole world's watching that. And here you have a football league that should be like a model for kids, you know, teaching the kids something as they play football, not just the game of football, but the thing that this teaches, especially with what we used to call the woofing, you know, it's hard to stop that, but that needs to stop because that's what leads to fights, you know. You're playing a game of football, the game of basketball, whatever. Let your actions speak for you. You don't have to woof if you're a good player. You don't have to woof if you're a good coach. You don't have to woof if you don't have to do it. Let your actions speak for you.
On the other hand, say Cam and his men, they done set this up, baby.
For what? Attention?
They got no plan up to have a little sit down on this podcast, right? They've got us tapped in. And they're just turning this as like a monetary thing. How is that possible?
That would be.
They've got the world watching. Because in that video, I really didn't see any detriment. If I'm trying to, even if me, right? I'm not a big guy. 5'7", 200 pounds. Cam would have had to get off of his feet for sure. Is that crazy? How many people?
Well, I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm saying.
Once
so
you hit the ground,
like
people start jumping and kicking, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, but he held his own in terms of that. Yeah. But when you got a league where you got how old were the players? Maybe like 12, 13, like that.
Those weren't kids though. You saying
no, not the ones who attacked them. The ones who were watching.
Oh, I got you. I was just talking along of kind of like the physical aspect. 3 men, regardless.
I think they said it was even 4.
Man.
Yeah, but even still, he's a 6'6", 250-pound guy. He held his own.
And he didn't throw
no licks.
That was strange.
He didn't throw no licks, and
and they really didn't throw any licks too.
I seen one guy. He had on like a pink shirt or a lavender shirt or something like that. He came into it and threw what looked like a haymaker or whatever.
Like,
but it didn't connect because he couldn't reach up to that 6'6" guy.
Yeah.
But just the idea of them doing that, man, I thought that Cam deserved more respect than that. No matter how much shit he talked.
Yeah, I just threw in a little.
So what do you think about them if he decides to let them back in his organization, or should he get rid of them for life, or what?
That's one of those ones. If it is true, like we talked about in the previous sit down, you can't come back from that one.
No, I think he needs to get rid of every one of them that was fighting him. Mm-hmm. Just on the strength of showing them who has the power here.
Yeah.
You know, if nothing else but a power play.
That and we thinking it's about the kids, man. At no point what we were doing was that about the kids. So, yeah, we got to go. We can't do that again.
Unless you want to teach the kids, hey, when you get a big guy like this, man, you got to go lower. Lift him up off the ground, all four of you.
That's what I'm thinking, like, come on. Because it's not like he was moving around a lot. Which he is strong, obviously, but
and one person was
really
saying his hat. They said his hat never came off. He must have had it bobby pinned on or something.
We not sure. They weren't trying to hurt him for it. They just had a little.
No, I think if they could have, they would have, because when you get into what I consider melee, people get hurt, man.
And blows are thrown. I didn't see. They're scuffling.
Because they were first trying to, grab them, and usually once you hit the ground is when it all starts, when the kicking starts and the stomping and all of that, and you don't know who's doing what, but the guy is down there unconscious or whatever it is, and so it just didn't make sense. Really.
But now I'm thinking about it on the psychological tip. How does that look? From the outside looking in, is that normal, or can we come back from something like that?
It looks like we don't even have to come back because our, like you were saying last time, moniker or whatever, it's already out there. Our MO, right? It's already out there that says, hey, niggas start trouble. Niggas fight and they get in these groups. pretty much stay away from that if you're a civil type of a person, because somebody might step on a toe, and before you know it, there's this big melee. And when people start running, this is what people don't understand. You can't look up and go, "Hey, wait, man, stop!" Especially when there's shots.
Yep.
You cannot stop a stampede, and a human stampede can kill you, man.
I feel like that was one of those events where that can't happen. Dang.
No, man.
We
When
let
they
that
start
happen.
Yeah. It's not I don't know. Like I said, man, a lot of times with that type of stuff, as we were saying last time, we need to study conflict management, man, from like kindergarten.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't, you may not think that's necessary, but it is. We need to, from kindergarten, man, conflict resolution. Got to learn how to deal with conflict without killing people, man, and fighting and doing all of this shit, man. It's crazy.
Is it possible for somebody like 6'6" to have a Napoleon complex?
Shit, if he lived in Africa where they had these motherfuckers that's like 7'7" or whatever it is, that tribe they got or whatever, how the fuck can he have a Napoleon complex if he's fucking 6'6"?
It's strictly based off of height, eh?
Or for what?
Height. I thought it was.
Well, it wouldn't be a Napoleon complex because Napoleon's complex because he was short.
Yeah.
So whatever the reverse of that would be.
Or not I guess the reverse. Yeah, but it's like kind of the mindset, like overcompensation, just like for what?
So in which ways would you say he was overcompensating?
Even giving these guys the time of day to even, you know what I mean? What are we even talking about type of deal? Yeah. The fact that you're even here with me, you know what I'm saying, is enough. Now we're speaking, and you even got me frustrated to where tussling.
But one of the things that we have to deal with in society, period, but especially within our community, is jealousy. That's one of the main problems we have. That's why you could go and you see people started having a fight with athletes, with rappers, or whatever. The main thing is they're jealous. And so many people out there, especially if you're immature, jealous of Cam Newton. Here's a guy who's a professional football player, probably got millions, got 1 million followers on his social media. It's jealousy, man. Never forget about jealousy. Always, always think about jealousy coming into play when you're dealing with, especially your brothers and sisters. Sisters are even worse with jealousy. Very, and any sister seeing this will know what I'm talking about. Sisters are very spiteful based on jealousy. But anywho, it is what it is.
And we all so beautiful and the beautiful people, right? What is there to be jealous of us each other if we're all so beautiful?
Well, a part of being beautiful is your soul, you know what I'm saying? Because you could take an ugly person that's got a good spirit, a good soul, man, and it could be like one of the best people that you've ever met.
So
they could be on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of fire, what about that dude, man, Airman? Aaron something. I keep forgetting his last name, man, but I want to remember because I want to have a day for that guy.
Bushnell?
Bushnell, something like, Bushnell, yes.
I think that is
Aaron Bushnell. And that was Saturday, February 24th, I think it is. I think every February 24th should be Aaron Bushnell Day. I'm going to try to remember that, man.
Absolutely respectable.
He did something, man, that hardly no one would do. And it was that was altruistic, man, for other people to see, and think about the atrocities that's happening in Palestine. He brought attention to it by setting himself on fire.
Man. Well, and they classify that as like a public, like torching or something like that, or
I don't know. You could classify it as a barbecue.
Chill, I don't know. Bro. How we gonna put respect on my man?
I'm giving him respect, but I'm trying to have some light with the situation too, man. I'm already giving him a holiday.
Could you imagine what burning alive from you lighting the fire is? Man, you're mentally fortitude. Woo.
And what were his last words?
Free Palestine.
Yeah, he was saying that, and then finally he just toppled over. It's like
he even got it in after he was on fire. He got another one out.
He got yeah. And I can't do nothing but respect that, man. That brought global attention to the atrocities that's happening in Palestine.
Which, like I said, I'm an empathetic person. I'm putting myself in his shoes.
I'm not.
He felt
I couldn't go that far. I always talk about it and be real sympathetic and empathetic, but I couldn't do the burning, man.
I could not. But I put myself there for a second, then I hopped out. Whew.
I could
You're a
not
wild
do
boy,
that,
Aaron.
man. I could not. But hey, I do want to remember the guy. February 24th. That's a special day for me anyway. February 24th. But I'm gonna try to remember Alan Bushnell, man. And I say that sincerely.
Aaron,
Man.
shout out Aaron.
What did I say?
Alan. Behind the scenes.
Alan.
Shout out.
That's that. Hey,
Drug
speaking of
Crew.
Alan though, that's the man behind the ones and twos. And so that's why I had that name right there at the tip of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Aaron. Hey, Aaron. Remember that?
I did.
Hey, Aaron.
Key and Peele, classics.
Yeah, so I got to think
But
of it
hey,
like that.
you hit me with some dad shit earlier today, man.
What's that?
You hit me with a hey, money versus skill. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's a question, man, that I would like to ask people in general.
Mm-hmm.
You had an opportunity to work with you had a choice. Work with this plumber for a week.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know if you were going to be compensated. Or there's this
I like
plant.
this one.
There's this plant over here that needs some stuff unloaded in a warehouse, some boxes to be unloaded in a warehouse. Trucks are going to be coming in all week. They need you to unload. They're going to pay you $500 plus a little bonus depending on how much you unload. Which one you rather do?
Both or just for a week?
Yeah, you got one choice. Make a choice from the two.
I can work with my plumber man for a week straight. He's getting jobs, or he's saying
He's got a project for a week.
Oh, okay, whole week project. And then at the other spot,
Same thing. It's a week long
sign-on bonus.
It's a week. No, it's no sign-on bonus.
my bad.
It's a week-long project. You're gonna be making $500 and possibly more, depending on the workload and how you work. So it could be that
I'm with my plumber
in the unloading,
yeah.
you could make maybe $1,000 in a
How
week,
so?
in a week's time, because you got the $500 that they know they're guaranteeing you.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
$100 a day, and then you can make more depending
In
on
5 days.
Yeah.
What is my situation like? I need $1,000 or
You don't necessarily need $1,000, but you could sure use it. It's not like you don't have a bill or
come
two
on,
or
man.
something like
you
that.
don't put me in a situation, bro. What, like rent is due? in 5 days, or like they about to repo my car?
Let's say you live you're about a 19-year-old guy. You live with your parents.
Okay. That's a little. Okay, I got you. All right. I mean, I'm a plumber right there for sure. But in my 19-year-old mind, I got to be realistic. I wouldn't be thinking about.
Well, answer it like
like I'm 19, huh?
Or answer it. Give me your answer now. This would break it down.
Okay, so I like that, right? In my 19-year-old mind, I'm 18. Okay. I don't have a lot of money, of course, coming in. So the idea of money, what'd you say, $500, right? Mm-hmm. That would pique my interest.
And you could make even more,
and
maybe
I could
$1,000.
make even more, and I could probably have my headphones in and just chill out. Might meet some friends.
In all likelihood, you would probably pick the latter, right? Which is the warehouse.
At 19?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So,
and I'm like a plumber?
What do you think you would have learned in a week at the warehouse?
Probably something illegal. An illegal means of doing something I would have figured out. Working with some people there.
But even if you didn't do that, what would you have learned, you think?
Not shit, well, for the most part. No, but me, I take something away from every situation. I would definitely learn some time management. I would have worked on my goddamn squat position when I was picking up boxes and stuff like that. And I definitely would have probably came out a little more fit. I definitely took it serious on that aspect, probably.
Yeah. At 19, a lot of people probably would think that. But I say that you should be skill-oriented, right? Because if he's working on a project, the plumber, for a week, right, you could imagine that at the end of that week, you're going to learn how to do something for sure, which is a skill, right? Let's say he had a pipe repair he had to do, right? So after that week, if you were paying attention, you know how to repair a pipe, right? So what if you ended up in Africa working for UNICEF or some shit? What if you were in Europe? What if you were in Jamaica? 5 years from now, you still know how to fix
the pipe.
right? So that could be a side hustle for you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
But now, what would you have learned to take away from somebody telling you, hey, bring this box and put it over here. Bring these boxes. Come on, bring these boxes over. What would you have learned from that?
Nada.
Right?
I would have got that skill, but myself
So
now.
you could or should even consider that I would work for that plumber even if he didn't pay me. Because I'm gaining a skill that I'll never lose for the rest of my life. So that's one way to think about that as a young person. Whenever you got a chance to acquire a skill, think about that, especially if it's a skill that you'll have with you, which you should for the rest of your life. And everybody needs a plumber. Whether or not they choose you or not is another thing, but you have that skill. And then one day when you get your home, hey, I know how to do a certain thing.
Helps.
Then what if the plumber says, hey, you worked good. As a matter of fact, why don't you work with me the next week? And he did pay you, of course, because you worked good for him. Mm-hmm. So now you're doing another project. You got something to build on now. Now you learn something else. Before you know it, you'll be like my man X, right? He knows all about it to where the plumber who has the actual license sends him out to do all the work, and then he just comes and signs off on whatever,
And then
right?
perhaps you could take naps under houses when you get the chance.
We won't even tell him that story.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
But look, you doing stuff, right? Plumber work for somebody. They're doing things for you. You could start a community that things, bing, in my mind. The word of the day came to mind.
We's free. We's free. Work for that plumber, you could be free.
You could be free.
And then what if it was another craftsman, an electrician, a roofer?
Y'all set up a community of things that could work, right?
What's your word?
My word is reciprocation. Quite simply,
That's a good word.
the act of making or doing something in return.
A gesture can be reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an idea of what you think I'm talking about.
One of my favorite, and one that I use probably quite a bit, I do a head nod. I'm a head nod kind of guy.
That's one of the most famous ones. The one common one is, hey, when you do that, a lot of times without even thinking, you tend to reciprocate. Oh, yeah, how's it going?
Yep, and the mirroring hand, too. It's kind of weird if you do the opposite one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's one of them
Good
ones,
word,
man.
good
A
word.
word that I think could, change the tide of things.
If people were to
a tough
reciprocate,
thing.
yeah.
Reciprocation, man. If you know what you're giving out, you're getting back. That could do it.
Yeah, but when you're giving out, don't always expect to get something back in return. See, this is when you're giving freely from the heart, right? And so it's a good chance that when you give freely without expecting something in return is when you get the blessing. Yes, sir. Very important, man. If you're going to do something, you're going to do it, right?
Without that expectation of reciprocation.
Exactly.
Woo!
Reciprocation.
We done said some shit right now, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Without the expectation of reciprocation.
And without that expectation of a donation.
The blessings will start precipitating. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Blessings going to start precipitating.
Come on,
Be
they're
raining down.
Right? Yeah.
That ain't making
Come
sense.
on,
But go ahead,
man.
yeah. But so you know what I heard when I just left? You ever heard of the dude Mitch McConnell?
Funny looking
He's
guy.
the majority guy for the Senate majority leader.
Mitch?
He
I know
decided to Mitch.
I know him.
Yeah, he decided to pack it in as the leader.
How old is he?
I think he's 80 or something like that. But he's trying to make it. He putting the politics into it to say that pretty much he didn't want to be around again if Trump would be nominated.
So what?
But
he's hitting the hot tail early?
he's just giving up the majority leader position. He's still going to be a senator until like January 27 or something like that. But now, twice this year I've seen him so far, in mid-sentence, just freeze. Literally just looking straight ahead. Mm-hmm. I mean, in television camera, everything around him, he's talking and just
pull the joke.
No, his assistant had to come and kind of unfreeze his ass, touch him. You know how you play freeze tag and shit?
Unfreeze.
She said unfreeze. And then they had to walk this nigga away from the podium. Damn, twice, man. Just froze like that, man. And I think he had a stroke earlier this year, which that's not funny. But what's funny to me is why these son of bitches don't pack it in.
I was about to say, if you had, you know what I'm saying, it was up to you. At what age, would you have to pack it in?
I wouldn't do an age. I wouldn't do an age.
It's like a test? You would take a test?
No. I would just deal with how they're dealing with their cognitive skills when you're dealing with them. If you look at Biden, when he was on the campaign trail in 2019, I was watching that yesterday. Mm-hmm. And look at him today. Man, when he was on the trail 2019, man, he was talking sentences and just going. Now, his people won't even let him do any kind of live shit where he's got to answer questions. Yeah. And I don't understand how people, Democrat or Republican, can accept that to be like, well, not Republicans, of course, but Democrats to say, yeah, he's fit and he's ready to be the president. When he didn't even want to, he didn't even want to debate because, they already know he's going to get up there and start talking about golf and some shit like that when they're talking about, these people coming across the border.
Let me tell you something.
So that's what I judge it on. It's like, yo, he's the oldest president in history. I think he's already 80 or something. And what's even more damaging today, man.
Personally,
he went to the damn doctor today and they gave him a full good bill of health. They didn't do the cognitive, but they was like the body and everything is working out with him. I don't know why these people lie. And then on the cognitive, when he finishes his speech, he doesn't even know which way to exit the stage sometimes.
Imagine.
It makes no sense. I mean, I'm not messing with the guy for his age. It's just at a certain age, certain things happen to your mind. And just, understand that.
Representing our people.
Man, and then falling and shit like that all the time. Man, look.
Can't ride a bike.
Man, I don't expect the motherfucker to ride no bike. But just your everyday walking, because you got to, how that plane, Air Force One, they got them high-ass steps and shit, man.
It's like a straight vertical walk. Yeah, he doesn't have that. Wow, man.
And you just kind of look at him and like, pack it in, man.
Why not?
Pack it in.
How much he gets?
And then because they not see a lot of them don't want to get out of office because they afraid somebody might put him in prison for the shit they've been doing. But they already said they're not gonna put him in prison because they don't have the cognitive shit. You know what I'm saying? So they not gonna, find him. They ain't even gonna take him to trial. So he ain't got to worry about that. But man, I can't. He's gonna run again. They think, and I really don't think so. We got like 8 months, but they didn't have no primary. They won't let nobody else from the Democratic ticket, compete with him. Yeah. So if somebody comes and ends up running, it's somebody that they're just gonna select. You won't have heard anything, depending on when they select them, because the election is in November, right? Mm-hmm. So if they pick somebody in August or whatever, you won't have a chance to even know what's what. So in that way, I think they got to pick that guy Gavin Newsom or whatever from California, where they already know some of his politics, because they don't want your girl, Kamala.
Man, that would shake shit up, or what?
She would be the first black president and a female, so she would kill two birds with one stone. No, she wouldn't be the first black female. Forgot about Obama.
Telling Obama like he a bitch. Nah.
Obama was a good dude for politics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, hell of an orator. That nigga
killed it.
He was, how they said, he sell damn what they say, you sell Spanish encyclopedias to Chinese people. He had it, man.
He'll sell the world some water.
And he made himself a lot of money in doing it. Now he's got these guards for the rest of his life.
And you get $250 a year, don't you?
If not more. Of course, with him, all he got to do is write a book. You know what I'm saying? Every other year or something like that. They was thinking about his wife
and
as
speeches
the president.
too.
They was thinking, yeah. And you'd be surprised them corporations pay them in the millions. Clinton used to be clocking that shit. Billy Clinton.
Have a 20 minutes.
But what you call him, his wife, they was thinking about running.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Now that would be
Michelle.
interesting. That'd be interesting. She probably cracked down on like fast food and shit. People probably wouldn't like that. Start
Speaking
running
of fast food,
regulations
you saw,
on all these food and all that.
Was it Wendy's that was saying they want to charge you more when they're busier?
When they're busier?
Yeah. They
Wendy's,
said that they said that yesterday.
Chill.
And then they was going to do a test, and then I heard today they said we ain't going to be doing that cuz social media was lit on that.
Yeah,
you know, and they were like, what the hell?
As
you mean you're going to charge me more at 6 o'clock for a burger?
You about to make me eat some Wendy's tomorrow for lunch, man. Chill out.
Man, stop eating that shit.
I
That's
don't
what we
never
need
do
to
it.
do. Get rid of that Wendy's fast food, man. We making the motherfuckers rich. And it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, man, I did, though, about last month, I went to McDonald's. And that shit ain't no Big Mac no more.
You got a Big Mac, you a wild boy for that.
Man, that shit, the patty is
when
so...
When did you do that, bro? You wild for that.
Man, I went because of your daughter wanted to go there, so I had to take her there.
A Big Mac.
And then I ended up getting a burger. She like, man, I don't eat that. I eat the McNuggets. I said, oh, damn.
Yep.
But anyway, I could get the quarter pounder for a kid because the burger is so thin. It's not like the Big Mac back in the day. Yeah. They still calling it that and still calling it the quarter pound. That shit ain't no quarter pounder no more. Quarter pound of what? They put all of that special sauce, lettuce, cheese to make it a quarter pound, I guess. But that shit was like, God damn. I looked at it, I was like, damn. And it was like $5 or something like that.
I'm still from
and don't get the meal.
I'm still from my old days on a good old McChicken, bro. In a Bev. Come on.
But you used to get the McChicken. That was like on the dollar menu and shit.
No more.
They said, we ain't got no more of that.
I think it might be $2 and change.
And you know another thing that I noticed, which has been a minute?
Uh-huh.
Ronald McDonald, they played him out.
No, Ronald McDonald, they said was a freaky boy, I think.
They played him out. You don't see him no more. You don't even see too many restaurants designed like that no more. Because they don't want you to think McDonald's is some bullshit kiddie place you bring your kid.
Now, you know what
they want you to say, hey, this is a nice family restaurant. We eat here every night or every other night.
I feel like Ronald, he used to be in the Happy Meals, right?
Yeah.
No? But now they got different characters and different people in the Happy Meal, bro.
Who they got? Because I hadn't bought one in such a long time.
Whatever it is, whatever
they used to have the burglar or some shit like that.
Yeah, they can't have Ronald and his friends and his movies coming out and stuff, bro. McDonald's is trying to get in there.
I don't know. I haven't bought a Happy Meal in I don't know how long.
I'm telling you,
because it just. I think it's a ripoff. If you go and you're like a Happy Meal is like $10. The kid I buy that for might be happy, but I damn sure ain't happy.
Yeah, I think $10. You might be crazy. It ain't $10, bro.
That shit is, and then you gotta remember what state you might be in. You know,
okay. That's
which the people in California, man, they said they get ready to pay them $20 an hour. It starts in April. So what do you think is gonna come of that?
Everybody gotta get paid more. Come on now.
You're gonna get some more robots then. Mm-hmm. That's what I would think. More of those kiosks, because I did the full kiosk right there in Russellville. They got a full kiosk. You know, automatic. You just go up.
Fancy, though.
You walk up to the kiosk. No, I feel like an idiot doing that when the fucking people are standing right behind the counter waiting for me to do the kiosk. I'm like, why couldn't I just walk up to you? The fuck?
You could have, though.
I know either one. But, you know, they got it set up like soon as you walk in, the kiosk is right there.
They sitting there ready to help you.
No,
and you millennial, you went to the kiosk.
They're sitting there ready to see what your order's on the kiosk to run and get it. But now if you just decide you want to go through them, and they probably will be giving you a sigh like, damn, you know. But you do have that choice now that I know that. But the kiosk is right there as soon as you walk in.
Yeah, they got it set up for sure.
But I think they're going to have more of that. They're going to have more of that.
Oh, absolutely. Take off at least 3 of them people back there just standing there talking.
And I could imagine pretty soon seeing a robot back there, you know, putting the burgers in the thing and doing all of that shit.
You know, if they're getting paid $20 an hour, they couldn't. Yeah. They're going to have 2 people in there working or something like that.
Yeah, man. Y'all have to excuse me. I got that cry-itis shit, man. If I laugh, I cry.
Cry-towel.
Cry towel, man. Cry towel.
Shoot us an email if y'all want some of them, man. Old School, New School. 6 at gmail.com, or hit our Instagram, hit our Snapchat, man.
We got all that shit, huh?
Yeah, we got all that, man.
Yes, indeed.
We got to get stuff popping out to y'all, talking to y'all, interacting with you folks, man.
And I love doing this, man. That's my son, by the way, in case you guys didn't notice.
Yeah, that is.
Bam, bam.
That is pops.
Yes,
man.
indeed,
That's old
man,
school, new
for sure.
school. But I
So it's a
love
little
y'all,
family
bruh. This is therapy for me. I ain't gonna lie, man. I can do this at least twice a week like we do. I would love it about 4 times a week.
Yeah,
and I
it
love
gives
to
us
do
a
this
chance
every day,
to
morning and night.
talk some shit, and sometimes I even learn something from you, man. Most of the time, I learn something from you, man.
Oh, you teach me something, man. I'm 30 years in, bro.
Yeah.
30 years in.
New school. I'm interested to, keep up with young people. To me, that's how you stay younger, and also stay in tune with what's going on with the younger generation.
I've noticed. I got to that 30 ball, and I'm like, oh snap! Hold up, there's people under me doing stuff. So I gotta start tapping in, seeing what these boys are doing, man. Seeing what y'all are doing. But like I said, Instagram, Snapchat, X. We'll probably get a Facebook too.
Can you see that, man?
Well, I can. When you get that, that thing, man.
You see that? Yeah.
It's old, bro.
You see that?
Would you ever get it touched up?
No, but you see this, right? I used to, when we was coming up, you see no color on it, right? This was 1980. The white dudes used to get some color, but they really wasn't just giving a lot of color. And I was thinking about that today when I see all of these people with these tattoos, because when I came back in the barracks, you have like a gauze pad on after it gets done. Man, that was gonna be
Mayfield.
Exactly. They raked me over the coals, the brothers. The fuck you doing getting a tattoo, man? That's that shit them gray boys, that's what you call white boys. That's that shit them gray boys be doing, man. What the fuck wrong with you? Now?
Why gray though? They white mixed with black?
I don't know. They was just white boys, but that was just a term. Them gray boys. I don't know where the term ever originated, but that's what we used to call them. But yeah, and I think about it now. I look at niggas with tattoos all upside their head and shit like that. I said, damn. And that was in 1980. So what, 44? Damn, that's dating me. 44 years ago. Damn.
Throwback.
But yeah, 44 years ago, they was like a tattoo, man. It's like damn, that shows you how much shit changes through the generations. Mm-hmm. A generation is considered 20 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now I do.
Generations considered 20 years. So 2 generations ago, 2 20. Plus, they were like looking at and females just didn't do it, period. No females was getting no tattoos and shit, man. Nowadays, whew, they got tattoos everywhere.
Oh man.
Which I wonder how it feels, because what we used to do whenever you would.
What you mean you got one? What you
when,
mean?
how
How
you
feel?
No, I was gonna say that when you would go to him, you would have a 6-pack, be drinking beer and shit. Then you even give him some beer when you finish and shit. The guy was doing a tattoo. Yeah. That was just the way he did.
Prison stuff.
But so I don't know if I felt the fullness of it, because I'm sure I drank 3 or 4 beers and shit. But
would you get more tattoos?
Huh?
You get more tattoos?
Absolutely not. No. I wouldn't have got that one if I had any sense. But I was in the service at the time, so I got like an eagle. And then when I was getting it, I was like, damn, this shit look real naked back there. So I put my name and put mom, But yeah, man.
Y'all didn't even know OG Lee was tatted up like that.
When they get these tattoos like on their titties and shit like that, I be thinking, wow, that's kind of like a tender place to be, having a needle doing my thing. And on their ass and some every place else. I see people now with them all on their face. Seeing a nigga with it like that, it was taking up his mustache, and he had it all on.
I've seen these like hairline.
Now, what they used to do is the prison one, always back in the day was the teardrop. You know what I'm saying? When you caught a body, you had a teardrop right there. So when you had the teardrop, everybody was like, oh shit, this motherfucker murdered at least one motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least one body. Caught a body. That's what we used to call it. Yo, that nigga, he caught a body.
He caught a body. But hey, you know what it is. You know who it is. I already told you. Insta, Snapchat, X, old school, new school.
X, is that the former
Twitter.
So we got a Twitter.
Man. We got a Twitter. We got a Snapchat. We got an Insta, man. Tap in with you.
We got some shit on YouTube.
And we on the YouTube, man. Tap
Facebook.
in. Like and subscribe.
Yo, it's on some Facebook shit too?
I don't know if we got Facebook. We got to get Facebook. We got to lock in Facebook, man. But old school, new school, you know
might
what
as
it
well
is.
get Facebook, because you got all of them. I'm not gonna leave
You know who it is.
So we'll see you again.
We out.